Our mystery involves the Plum family. Mum and Dad, Sally and Jake, Grandma and Poppy the dog. It all started when Mum, Dad, Sally and Jake went on holiday, leaving Grandma at home to look after Poppy. They had a fantastic time, but when they came home, they were in for a nasty shock. Grandma was unconscious on the living room floor, and next to her, poor little Poppy was dead. What could have happened while they were away? Who or what killed Poppy and left Grandma unconscious? We'll start our investigation by talking to our key witnesses.
It was very strange. I was eating some lovely mackerel for my lunch and I started to feel queasy. I had to leave half of it. I put the plate on the floor for Poppy to finish. Then I started with a headache and felt a little dizzy. That's when I must have fainted. The next thing I remember, I was being carried into the ambulance. I'm so glad they were able to make me better at the hospital and didn't keep me in. But so sad about Poppy. What could have happened to her? Who would do such a terrible thing?
The house seemed perfectly normal when we came home after our holiday. All the windows and doors were closed. And then, there they were, both on the floor. We were all devastated. We're heartbroken about Poppy, but obviously delighted that Grandma is okay now. Listening to what she just said, I remember I felt a bit like that before we went away. Lightheaded, also slightly nauseous. I thought I was coming down with flu or maybe eaten something that had disagreed with me. But then I felt fine once we were relaxing on our break, so I forgot about it. Maybe it isn't important. Just thought I'd mention it.
So was Dad also a target of this crime? There are more clues to come, but can you guess who or what might have made Grandma unconscious and killed Poppy? Any ideas?
I can't believe we won't see Poppy again.
Me too.
What's in your pocket? Grandma's pill bottle? Where did you get that?
I found it under her bed. But look, there's only 2 pills left.
Whenever we go away, I always check the whole house before we leave. Everything seemed fine this time. I just had to turn down the gas fire. Grandma always has it on too high. I even checked the batteries in the smoke alarm and carbon monoxide alarm. One needed replacing, and I wrote myself a note to buy a new one and put it on the fridge.
There are still more clues to come, but can you guess now who our silent killer might be? We've heard from all the witnesses. Now what clues can we find around the house? All the windows were closed, so no sign of a break-in. But why was there so much condensation? When Grandma came home from hospital, Mum cooked her dinner and noticed the flame on the hob was yellow rather than the usual blue. Grandma had turned the fire up to maximum after Mum, Dad, Sally and Jake went on holiday, not noticing the black soot stains on the wall behind the fire. Remember, Mum had turned the fire down as it had been on too high before they went on holiday. The gas boiler needs a service. As you can see from the label, it's missed its yearly service. So we've seen all the clues. Can you remember them all? Was there something fishy about Grandma's lunch? Or does the almost empty pill bottle hold the answer? Or do some of the other clues add up to solve the crime? Who or what was the silent killer? Have you identified the silent killer yet? It's time to find out the true culprit. Did you guess it was carbon monoxide? If you did, which clues helped you? More than one pointed to this silent killer. Flames on gas fires and cookers should be crisp and blue. If you see floppy yellow ones, this could be a sign of carbon monoxide, so it needs checking by a qualified gas engineer. Soot on or near a gas fire can be a sign of carbon monoxide. If you notice soot on or around an appliance, this could be a sign of carbon monoxide. It's important to get your gas appliances checked every year by a qualified gas engineer. Heavy condensation on windows near a gas appliance can be another sign of carbon monoxide, and closed windows mean there's nowhere for carbon monoxide to escape. Remember, the batteries needed replacing in the carbon monoxide alarm. Carbon monoxide, the silent killer, can strike any time. And because you can't see it, hear it, smell it, or taste it, without a working carbon monoxide alarm, you're at far greater risk. So we know carbon monoxide can be a silent killer, and we know some of the warning signs around the house. But what is it exactly? It's a poisonous gas produced by the incomplete burning of carbon-based fuels, such as gas, oil, wood, petrol, and coal. These fuels can power a variety of appliances, including cookers, boilers, fires, barbecues, and even cars. We need to be extra careful because breathing in carbon monoxide can have very serious consequences. As we saw with Grandma, you can start with nausea, a headache and dizziness, and you can then lose consciousness. Dad also experienced some of these symptoms, but they disappeared once he got out of the house and into the fresh air. Other possible symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning include breathlessness, tiredness, and blurred vision. And, as we saw with poor Poppy, carbon monoxide poisoning doesn't just affect humans. Animals are also affected, and often more quickly than humans as they tend to be smaller. Like Poppy, humans can also die from carbon monoxide poisoning. Fortunately, there are several things we can do to stop carbon monoxide getting into the air we breathe. We can get our gas, oil, or solid fuel appliances checked every year by a qualified engineer. Solid fuels include wood, biomass, and coal. We can look out for soot or stains on or around these appliances and call a qualified engineer if we see them. We can make sure air vents and chimneys aren't blocked. We can also keep a window open near appliances when we're in the house, as long as the house is still secure. Most importantly, you must have a working carbon monoxide alarm and ensure it is regularly checked. If anyone in your home starts with any of the symptoms we've discussed and there isn't another obvious explanation, or if your carbon monoxide alarm goes off, you need to do 3 things. Turn off any gas, oil, or solid fuel appliances, or get an adult to do it. Open some windows and doors. Call the National Gas Emergency Service on 0800 111 999. Above all, always be aware of the dangers of carbon monoxide, and then we can stop the silent killer.